Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. Let me check the volume. I'm Chris the Damn One, and I'm back with another video. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. You won your Super Bowl. Now, I got to deal with Philadelphia Eagles fans for the whole year, all the way through the beginning of football season. Everyone knows that I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so they are going to be really annoying this upcoming NFL season. Well, next NFL season. Rate, comment, subscribe. And while you subscribe, you might as well hit the notification bell so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream is going down. If you want to, you can donate to a brother. Alright, Super Chat is enabled and in full effect. But with further ado, let's get into today's topics, alright? The Cleveland Cavaliers. There has been reports out there that suggest that Dan Gilbert wants to be like the Jerry Jones of the NBA. And there is a possibility, and this is a rumor. I don't know if this rumor is going to have any legs, but it came off of BleacherReport.com. You can go check the article out for yourself. That they're setting up a trade where they're willing to give up the Brooklyn pick, and also I had his name for a second, Kemba Walker and Nicholas, and in return. And also, they're also going to give up Isaiah Thomas. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to give up Isaiah Thomas. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to give up Isaiah Thomas, the Brooklyn pick, and in return, they're going to get Kemba Walker, Nicholas. All right. Now they're also going to have to add some more players to match the salaries. Okay. But if that's the case, those two players going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's still not going to be enough to dethrone the Golden State Warriors. Kemba Walker is a better point guard than Isaiah Thomas. Okay, I agree with them on that. Nicholas will add extra scoring. Okay, but at the same time, those two players it's not going to put the Cleveland Cavaliers over the hump. Now, if this trade goes through, then the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to start next year's NBA season with the possibility with not only LeBron James on the roster, okay, Isaiah Thomas, you had an opportunity to probably sign Isaiah Thomas to an extension as long as Isaiah Thomas don't ask for too much, all right? And the Brooklyn pick. You would have essentially drafted a player for the Cleveland Cavaliers to develop the following NBA season. So the Cleveland Cavaliers will have none of those options next NBA season, even though they'll be under the salary cap. But that's not a winning ball. That's not going to be a good contending basketball, much less a winning basketball team. So, and two, if they do this, that theoretically, what they're saying is they probably talk to LeBron James about possibly signing an extension. All right, if you read the tea leaves, if they're willing to give up that Brooklyn pick, they haven't been wanting to get rid of this Brooklyn pick for a long period of time. They stand their ground on the Brooklyn pick. Basically, Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, they're saying that they're not going to give away the Brooklyn pick. All right, and they've been holding their guns to this for a long period of time. So what has changed? Apparently, they must gotten some confirmation that LeBron James will probably sign an extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right. Also, if they do this trade, they're pretty much admitting that the trade that sent Kyrie Irving to Boston, and they got these picks. I mean, that pick as well as Jay Crowder and IT. They're basically saying that the Boston Celtics won that trade, even though when it went down, I told you guys, Boston won that trade. Even though Colin Cowherd tried to spin the narrative, trying to say somehow, some way, well, Isaiah Thomas and Kyrie Irving are they're pretty much the same similar player. You're going to get the same type of production, and if you look at Kyrie Irving with the Boston Celtics, and if you look at these couple of Isaiah IT with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I still don't see how you think they're the same similar player. I'm not going to go into detail about that because I did that in several videos, and I explained in detail how these players are massively different. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. There's also a possibility where the Cleveland Cavaliers are also going to trade Jay Crowder, and this was supposed to be their answer to their problems on the defensive end, because Jay Crowder is a great defensive perimeter player, as well as he's nice on the three-point game. And what a lot of people fail to understand or realize is, of course, his three-point percentage went up with the Boston Celtics because they have better people on the court, meaning the opponent team have other players to worry about and defend. So in a lot of those situations, Jay Crowder is shooting a three that's uncontested, or one person may be defending him somewhat, and he's got a clear view and a clear shot. Now, when you send him to the Cleveland Cavaliers, on the other hand, other than LeBron James and Kevin Love, that's pretty much it. Okay, you can play a great zone with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you can play half-court defense and man-to-man defense on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the one important element with team defense is communication. If you're not communicating, if you're not hearing the assignments during the process of your defensive situation, then if you look at a lot of particularly a lot of breakdown of the Cleveland Cavaliers, you can clearly tell that that unit is not communicating with one another on the defense end. Okay, everybody just playing their own interpretation of individual defense, right? So and that's why there's a lot of open shots to the basket. Now, Christian Thompson solved some of that, but not all of it, if you're not trying to communicate or practice. Now, there have been reports out there that Isaiah Thomas even said that Isaiah Thomas was even quoted as saying, you know, we just need to start practicing. All right. And he also questioned LeBron James' leadership. He said he's not a vocal leader, right? I feel like LeBron James is somewhat of a vocal leader, but he's not. You know, the one element in leadership is you have to have either one or two qualifications in order for people to listen to you and respond to you as a leader. You either have to be a fearful leader or a beloved leader. And sometimes you can have both of those elements. All right. That's why Ray Lewis was clearly a great, phenomenal leader. Despite what people may think, you know, Magic Johnson was a great leader. All right. And Michael Jordan on the fear side, was a good leader as well. The same could be said for Kobe being Bryant. All right, but when you're talking about LeBron James, I don't think no one is in fear of LeBron James. Okay, do they have love for LeBron James? Yeah, they have love for LeBron James, but they're not going to go through a brick wall for LeBron James, because another aspect of being a leader is commitment. And you can't be you can't have commitment. You're not a very commitment leader. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that a little bit. It's hard to show commitment in LeBron's case when the people that you're leading don't even know you're going to be there next season. All right, a lot of these guys that you want to be a leader to, a lot of these guys are going to be there next year and the year before. Okay, so that's a problem. All right, and I feel like subconsciously, a lot of these guys checked out. Okay, a lot of these guys checked out. They checked out a long time ago, many moons ago, because subconsciously they're thinking, well, hell, how can he be a leader to me when he's not even committed? Okay, and that's another aspect to it. All right, so yeah, that's what's going on with LeBron James. That's what's going on with this potential trade. I don't see this trade. I just think this is a rumor, but I don't see any elements of this trade being realistic, because in order for the Cleveland Cavaliers to not only give up already on Isaiah Thomas, and then that also makes you look bad, because you traded away Kyrie Irving for parts that you're going to trade this season. All right, so that really makes the Cleveland Cavaliers organization look bad. Giving up on that Brooklyn pick, that also makes the Cleveland Cavaliers, it puts them in a standpoint of they don't have a plan B. If LeBron James leaves, they don't have a plan B. It's either they'll be in the same situation when LeBron James left them the first time. And if LeBron James isn't committed and doesn't want to sign an extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers, then even though I don't see this happening, Dan Gilbert needs to have a conversation with LeBron James and say, hey, are you interested in signing an extension with us? And if the answer is no, then LeBron James and Dan Gilbert need to be locked up in a room and figure out what other possible destinations LeBron James would like to go to finish the rest of this season. All right. Now, of course, they're not going to, if they trade LeBron James, and LeBron James has a no trade clause in his contract, but you're not going to get a lot for LeBron James. Okay. You may get, you be lucky to get draft picks. All right. Because LeBron James is not going to go to a team where they had to give up half their roster just to have the services of LeBron James for the next few months. Now, Nick Wright on First Thing First talked about how there's a scenario where LeBron James could be traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks give up Jabari Parker and some other players. That's a good trade for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Milwaukee Bucks, if by them only giving up Jabari Parker, and in return they get LeBron James, that's a very dynamic a group there. But the problem with that theory is they don't necessarily have a coach. They have an assistant that's a temporary coach, and I don't think LeBron James wants to go in a situation where they don't have a full-time coach. All right, they just fired Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd, in LeBron James' eyes, felt like he had a lot of respect for Jason Kidd. I think that trade would have really worked if they would have had the services, retained the services of Jason Kidd. All right. But it is what it is. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dime One, and I am out. Deuce.